Hello everyone, my name is Webweaver and welcome back to World of Horror. Another day, another fun, another fun for the day. Oh, this is already going horribly wrong. We'll do a little Koigi, and by a little Koigi, I mean a little Yushiro. And now that I've clicked on Yushiro, there's no turning back lest the glitch take hold of us. So, yeah, we're gonna play Yushiro, and we're gonna play... I mean, if we wanted to get a little bit silly, we could do, the Seventh Curse. Which I think we will. Back to Timeline A, because we don't play it enough. Like, we play Timeline B so frequently that I just have the muscle memory to auto-select Timeline B, like, 100% of the time. And we'll do... Yushiro is not allowed to run from his problems. He has to face them. Which, you know, being Yushiro, that's pretty bad. Because you have to deal with your faith stat, which is, in the smallest amounts, it will give you your power where it counts. Even if his faith is as small as a mustard seed, he could say to the mountain, or in this case the lighthouse, move from here to there, and it would move. Still doesn't break the lock, though. Dexterity, second enemy, Takashi, knowledge, and virtual reality. So, 2 stat checks, knowledge and dexterity, bottom left, top right, and light source, with a little bit of memory, just to spice things up, just to keep it a little bit spicy. So listen, the Warhammer journey has accelerated a little bit, not into, well, okay, a little bit of absurdity. Like, I'm gradually working on my pile of shame, you know, if you don't know what that pile of shame sounds really weird, and if you don't know wargaming or 40k terminology, you might be like, Web, what the hell are you talking about? But basically, in order to, like, get a model, like a Warhammer 40k model on the table, you have to buy the sprue box, like the box set that comes with the sprues and all the options. Then you have to build it. Well, no, you have to clip it out of the sprue. Then you have to clean it, because it'll have mold lines and flash, and so you've got to cut the flash off and smooth out the mold lines. And then you have to build the model, except some models can't be fully built immediately, and you have to do sub-assemblies if you want to paint them properly. And then other times, like, you have to, whatchamacallit. So sometimes you have to sub-assembly, sometimes you can build the whole model. This is gonna get a little sketchy. And then other times you can just, like, most of the time you can just build the model. But sometimes you have to do sub-assemblies, like if the model has a shield or a banner or something like that. And so then once you've assembled the model as much as you can, then you have to prime the model, then you have to paint the model, and Games Workshop models, 40k and Age of Sigmar in particular, have truly excessive amounts of detail that are displayed front and center on, like, basic troops for most of the models. And unfortunately, one of the armies that I play happens to be Chaos Space Marines, which, if you look at a Chaos Space Marine, like just a regular troop lad, you will see, like, all of the trim, the details, the bones, the metal parts, the trim, and how it's all different colors, and you're gonna look at that and you're gonna be like, why the hell would a company ever, like, do that? Like, what is wrong with them? And you might be thinking I'm crazy, but it was a tactical decision to not take the funds here, and I'll explain in a second. We're trying to fish for an easy compass, because we got the library notes, so we can get 2 funds from Jar of Blood, then we can sell the library notes and buy a compass. We will take a detour. I'm not dealing with an injury this early. School's doomed, by the way. If we've got a lot of school mysteries, we're kind of in trouble, but I'm glad that the downtown isn't doomed. Downtown's a pretty important area. Let's just chat. We failed the charisma check, we get +1 reason. We have 4 charisma, we're most likely gonna fail. Sounds absolutely fine to me. So basically, that long process that I just described, and it's even more than that now, because the tabletop standard that Games Workshop preaches also includes basing the miniatures. So for instance, each miniature is on like a base, right? Well, that's a shame, because now we're gonna have to wait for the compass, but it should be fine, as long as we don't lose those 2 funds along the way. So you have to, so each miniature comes in like a base, like a 28mm base, a 32mm base, or if it's like a Terminator, it'd be like a 40mm base, or if it's like an infantry character, you know, something like that. And so, you know, you have to base it, which means that you have to put like some sort of material on the base, which it can just be like actual real dirt that has been dried if you want. Like, I know a lot of people do that. It could be like rocks or sand. I use sand personally. And you can also do like cork if you have like literally like cork from like a bottle cork. That's what I'm talking about. You could do that. We will get Setsuna because we're almost out of here, so hopefully we can just live. But oh my god, the +1 dex, let's go. I mean, that actually could come in handy, like, legitimately, but, you know, we're... Okay, first enemy ribcage woman, thank God for that. We're kind of in a sketchy spot, admittedly. How much have you ever lost on a coin toss? I haven't lost anything on a coin toss yet. That was extremely risky, by the way. Oh man, if only we had a compass, but knowledge check be like... I suppose it does accelerate our ability to level up, which, remember, Shiro needs 40 more EXP than everyone else to level up, so doing side quests is, like, very important. But yeah, so after you build, paint, and base a model, and by the way, when you paint it, it has to have 3 separate colors, and the base has to be painted as well. I don't actually know the technical aspects of basing, but it's probably not, like, that bad. It's probably just, like, maybe put a coat of paint on the base, put a, like, layer of material down. Like, I use sand, or you could use, like, little rocks or something or whatever, but you put, like, sand, you prime the sand, paint over the sand, and then you do, like, a little dry brush, right? I'm pretty sure that would be fine. For like a technical, but for technical like scoring reasons, because if you have an army that is completely painted, you get 10 victory points, which is a lot, by the way. I've been watching a lot of those Warhammer Plus battle reports, and by the time the game's over, like they'll have between 30 to 50 victory points. So like the fact that you get plus 10 points for having a painted army against your opponent, absolutely insane, right? Like, it is a genuine advantage. And so, what I'm basically trying to say here is that it's a lot of work to get, like, and you have to do this for, like, 40 models, right? Well, for Grey Knights, I'm using 42 models for my squad. But, you know, it's like, well, I guess for the thing that I'm doing right now, like the 1,000-point game, it's 23 models. But 42 is like my 2,000-point squad. 23 for what I got currently going on. Do we want to do Fear Festival yet? Like, no, we want to get the compass, definitely. The school being doomed makes School Scissors a lot worse. This is actually kind of a bummer, because we don't have, like, we have 3 out-of-town mysteries, and then we just have abnormal arms. So if we want the compass to work, we literally have to just never see the town again. Like, after abnormal arms, we will never go to the town again. So we have to maximize our value here. Now, we can get a sports rifle, I mean, we will, because I want to get the EXP for the side quest, but, like, come on, man. Hold on, I almost whiffed that. That would have been bad, because you get kicked out of the shop if you try to buy something that you don't have the money for. So, we will never go to the hospital ever again after this point. So, if there's... I think we should just get the... I think we should just get the painkillers. I do. Like, we'll never have another opportunity to get cursed or to get the painkillers or anything like that. So, Zeal is fantastic. I mean, it's okay. Like, it's not huge, but it's adequate enough. I mean, my weird collection is consistent money, but we're never gonna be back to the town ever again, so... This is a bold strategy. Let's see if it pays off. With, on your own, we won't have to level up dexterity or knowledge. So, all we have to do is put the patina ring on at the end of the game, and we're perfectly fine. We can just put all of our points into whatchamacallit, strength, so that we hit harder with the monkey wrench. So I think we will just go get the painkillers. Like, it's a little bit weird, but we're never gonna be back in the town. So we need to maximize everything, like, we just need to maximize everything. Like, before we leave here, we should even, like, rest up. Like, we should try to get as much out of this as we possibly can. Because we'll be stuck in the forest slash village, the mansion, and the school for the rest of the game. Like, we will never leave those 3 areas. So, I mean, I guess we could also take a look. Like, village is safe, forest is low, school is doomed, mansion is doomed. So mansion is going to be a little bit risky. We should probably, if we heal up to max, or not, well, close to max, if we heal up quite a bit, we should probably take on mansion and then go into Fear Festival. It depends on how we leave. Okay, so Apartment Stalker is the second enemy. Just keep that in mind. It might get a little fast and loose to some extent, because we're going to be... You just want to throw the crucifix at him? Like, the crucifix is not that good. So, we'll just send him to heck. So, all events connect to one place. So, after this event, we're never coming back here ever again. So, first of all, let's get cursed. That's pretty bad. But actually, you know what? It's not that bad. That is completely worthless. We're never gonna even feel the consequences of that. And we're gonna feel the consequences of that for sure. Got a little bit too greedy, but at the same time, it's still salvageable because it's gonna go up to 5, so we need to get folklore studies and 2 points. Alternatively, if we get lucky in the mansion and we fight Billy Mays, then we could also have some good outcomes there. And so I guess we'll just, like, rest up twice, and then that'll be us for the... That should be decent enough. We got quite a big... Oh my god. You had to do me like that. You had to do me like that. On the last possible screen, the last time we will ever have an opportunity to go to the hospital, you will actually just do me like that? Also, we have 5 items in our inventory. We are gonna get a wooden bat. Our haul is gonna be crazy, by the way. Like, we are dead ass gonna get the wooden bat. Hey, look, I'm doing the No Town Challenge, Gab. We're gonna get a wooden bat and a gun for basically free, which is very funny. So here's the thing. Both school and mansion are gonna be hard. Here's the thing, though. Do we have roads closed? We don't. So, ideally... I mean, we are we're, like, stacked for loot. Like, we have so much loot. This is absurd. We have so much loot that we've glitched the game somehow. Do you want to go to... Like, here's the thing, though. The sports rifle is awful. We're gonna do school last, actually. We're gonna do school last. Because we want to... I mean, we do have a lot of items, and we could just get the sports rifle to, like, send the school... the school woman, the scissor woman to heck. Oh, wow. It's Cadaver Theater. You know what's absolutely crazy to me? Is there's, like, actual, like, art behind here, but you don't see it because of the text right here. Like, if you go back and you watch some of the, like, the DD15 videos that we did, which you can conveniently find, I think some of them at least, in the Halloween 2021 playlist. There's like a full art piece here. You just don't see it, and it's very weird. We'll put the tiny key away. Actually, can we access? We cannot access our storage, so it's actually pretty important here that we do not get the vigil pamphlet yeeted away into nothing. And so now I just realized, like, if we, you know... I mean, I'll take the Stalker's Mask. If we go to the other world, now we can't get the Goblet of Blood, which is pain. And I feel like I'm gonna immediately be, like, owned by facts and logic. Oh. Please, man, I'm begging you. I'm begging you, man. I'm begging... Oh, come on, man. That's not funny. That's not... Like, not only is that not funny... But that's incredibly rude. It says we have 3 items in our inventory. Oh my god. That's disgusting. I don't even want to, like, talk. I don't even want to, like, don't talk to me. Nice. Okay, cool. Alright. We need the patina ring way later, so I'm not gonna worry about it too much. But we want to keep we want to get the +1 knowledge here, because that'll make the getting to 8 knowledge actually a viable thing. Bro, I'm losing my goddamn mind here. How much have you ever lost in a coin toss? 17 faith? It's a pretty small amount of faith, but it should be fine. So now we discover that the tiny key glitches your inventory, which is hilarious, and lets you carry an extra item. So tiny key is just like... Oh my god. Tiny key is just like... how do I put this? Is it Chad Reporter's Bag? Anyway, search the room for an item. We got something. Listen, I draw... Listen, the inventory's okay with 5 items, but it draws the line at 6. You gotta play Koigi for that. So, can we do 85, 85? That'd be pretty nice. That is pretty nice. I mean, we could still miss if the game wanted me to, but hopefully we don't miss. On your own is pretty good. And we'll go ahead and take a point of knowledge here, just in case. And on your own does actually counter infected wound. Like, it's a hard counter for infected wound. Although that does hurt our dexterity, though. Because now we need to put 2 points into dexterity. Oh. Bro, please, I beg you. I mean, we have a sewing kit and painkillers. It's like, we're gonna be fine. That's a 95 now. You love to see it. Yashiro at least has the sense to not miss. When he posts on twitter.com. He don't miss. Oh no, fetid fumes. Whatever will I do? Wow, that's so crazy and wow. That's so wild. I cannot believe we gotta do Fear Festival just in case we get roads closed. Now, this is another very odd situation where Onsen sounds really good. Oh, we also can't access our storage here as well. The tiny key cry. So I guess we will just be getting... Hey, wait a minute. Go back. Well, what do we actually do? what do we do? We're full health. I mean, we'll look for allies, and then say no, because we have the 7th curse, and Iwa isn't Hermit. If we YOLO into Hermit, do you just want to, like, immediately forget her, so we keep our great stats? Great stats in quotation marks? Brother. I was about to say it all. I was about to say. We didn't lose our, How many times have I done this? This is perception, this is luck. Oh. That was the first time. Okay, we don't have to go back to the forest now. I'm a little concerned about that. Let's rest up. Oh, I went there 3 times, huh? Okay. So, a little quick thinking? Are we gonna level up again? I don't think we are. I gotta go with reason. I'm a little scared. I gotta go with reason. We got the patina ring, so that's okay. We can get it, and then we don't have to put a point of dexterity. Just remember that. Also, remember apartment stalker or whatever. You know, I was gonna say if we didn't have Kathak Atasaru, I'd be like, get me the hell out of here, but, you know, it is what it is. I don't want to take -3 to all. That sounds like kind of a bummer. So I have elected to ignore you. 70%, huh? I don't like it. I don't like 70%, but we need to get her down to 14. That's fair. Well, let's do it again. Let's make this significantly worse for ourselves. So, I mean, now we can at least do, like, an 80-80. Like, an 80-90. Oh, thank God. I was scared. We should... I think I've gone to the forest 1 extra time, so we should be able to get... Yeah. Thank God for that. And this is Timeline A, by the way, so we don't have to worry about any nonsense like a spiral hoodie or your aunt being crazy. You know, Takahashi will take care of it. Sorry, Takashi. What am I saying, dude? The man with the Illuminati. Okay, roads closed, sliding in the DMs at the last second. Alright. But anyways, I probably didn't even, like, even begin to finish talking about what I meant when I was talking earlier about Warhammer. Basically, all the preamble that I set up led to the fact that there is a very common phenomena in Warhammer called the Pile of Shame, where essentially the idea is, I mean, but what if we go to the other world again? You're gonna think I'm insane. We're not using the tiny key. I refuse. I absolutely refuse. We're not even gonna use the Friend's Diary. I don't care. We're gonna go to the other world. We're gonna go. Leave it for later, please. I can't stand the reason loss. We're gonna go to the other world, and we're gonna get the Goblet of Blood. We're gonna get the Goblet of Blood. We are going to get the Goblet of Blood, okay? You cannot defeat me. But basically, the Pile of Shame is you have a bunch of Warhammer boxes, or a bunch of boxes from other miniature game systems, and they're just kind of sitting there unbuilt, on the sprue, staring at you. The army of Grey, as it were. And it's a bummer. We have a weapon that we can throw, so it's fine. You know, and so, like, people, like, try to tackle their, whatchamacallits, their Pile of Shame. And so recently, I was like, you know what? I have way too many Warhammer models, and I'm actually thinking about getting more, and I have gotten more recently. So, like, I need to put my foot down a little bit and just get through the horde, the horde of the plastic. And so, you know, I got my wet palette ready, and I immediately spilled paint all over it and ruined it. And so I cleaned the wet palette, and then I was like, oh, I gotta do World of Horror. And so, yeah, that's what we're doing right now. I almost ruined the entire wet palette, but thank God the paint was diluted. And so basically what happened was I was shaking up some bronze, and it was a dropper bottle. And I put a little bit of force to try to get, like, a little drop out of the, you know, dropper bottle. Crazy, I know. And so, after I did that, I hate this. Just so you know, I hate it. Get her down to 15. What are we gonna do from here? Go gadget, throw the stalker's mask. It's a 95, 85. Thank God for that. So basically, like, I put a little bit of force to try to get, like, a drop out of the bottle. And it didn't do anything. And so then I put a little bit more force, and it didn't do anything. So then I realized, oh, I must not have opened this one yet. So I take the dropper cap off, and it's like, yeah, I haven't opened this one yet. So then I take the seal off, screw the dropper bottle back on, or screw the dropper lid back onto the bottle, open it, because it has like a closing and opening mechanism. I open it, and then I put a little bit of force, and then just whoosh. In the words of that one song, it all comes tumbling down. Repeated ad infinitum until you get tired of the song and turn it off. And so at first I was like, okay, I don't really care. Like, half of the sheet of paper is now bronze, but is fine. And then I noticed that the bronze was actually, like, seeping towards the edges of the paper, and it was about to go into the water, and it was about to go on the sponge. And I was like, oh no. And so what I decided to do was I grabbed a paper towel, and I got all the water off of the... I got, like, most of the water off of the... Well, it's kind of weird, right? Because it's not... The water's not really on top of the sheet of paper, because that would be using the wet palette wrong. But I kind of, like, I kind of, like, dabbed up the bronze with a paper towel, and then just took the sheet off. And there was, like, I saw, like, a little bit of bronze flakes, like, hanging out in the water near the sponge, and so I just drained the water. Sponge looks fine. But the sponge has been, like, well, not really drying, but the sponge has been vibing in a now cleaned environment. It looks fine. So I'm pretty sure it's 100% fine. And so I just need to rehydrate it and put a new, like, parchment sheet on top of it. And then it's like, it'll be all better. Like, no problem. I forgot the items in my kit, didn't I? It's okay. It doesn't really matter. Go gadget. I can't use any of these things, can I? We might actually be in trouble because I didn't get the items from my inventory. We take 2. So I think it's worth the risk. 67% chance to deal 2 extra damage? Absolutely not. Well, let's think about it for a second, alright? Oh, no, oh, we're actually dead. Because I forgot the items in my inventory. That's, oops. Hold on. Because what's the most damage that we can do in a turn, right? Not enough. If we get her down to... Hold on. If we get her down to 22... If we get her down to... Yeah, I think we got a YOLO on this one, right? So if we brace for impact, because we can't live... If we could live, then that would be helpful, but we can't. So, yeah, we gotta hit her for... Because we take her down... Well, no, hold on. We take her down to 24. And then we nail this, which is incredibly unlikely. But yeah, sure, let's give it a go. Because 24 versus 22, when you're potentially dealing 24 damage, doesn't really make much of a difference. So, you just have to get lucky. Lamau. So, hold on. We can do... This is 4. 5, 6, 7. Oh no. So 77%. Oh no, dude. I mean, lucky number 7, let's go. Ah. I forgot. So we lost because I forgot the 2 weapons that we had in storage that we could have thrown, because that would have actually just killed her. My bad. I was distracted. So, thanks for watching. Have a good one. You know, it happens to the best of us. Because, you know, to be honest, like, what do I have on my mind? The grapefruit soda that I'm drinking, which is a banger, and how I'm gonna get through my pile of shame. To be honest, I completely forgot that we had, like, 4 items in our inventory that we could have used. Also, we could have just gotten the sports rifle and shot her. Lamau. Stay safe out there. Bye. Use the tiny key.